Good morning and thanks for waking up with us. I'm Anthony Carlo in for Aisha McKenzie. Today is Friday, July 24th. Happy Friday. We'll get to those headlines in just a minute, but first, let's find out what's in store for our weather today. Meteorologist Mike Rizzo. Good morning, Mike. And it started to drizzle on my way into work, and I was like, no, not on Friday. Thanks for joining us here on News 12 Brooklyn. I'm Anthony Carlo. As the NYPD reports a 22% increase in anti-Semitic hate crimes since this time last year, many are looking at ways to stop it. The mayor proposing some ideas on Sunday, but other local leaders have plans they believe might work better. News 12 Brooklyn's Katie Vasquez explains. It was barely 1 o'clock in the afternoon when police say the victim was ambushed by two men while walking home. One of them is believed to be in this surveillance video right here taken from the bodega. News 12 Brooklyn's Daryl Green here with your hyper-local forecast. Tough Monday, but all I want to know, is this weather going to ruin my New Year's Eve plans?
Absolutely not.
Around this time, almost last year, I was getting ready for vacationing in a nice warm climate.
Oh, that's nice.
This forecast is making me want to go back.
I think we need to plan a whole big News 12 trip.
Hey, listen, you said it now.
We should take the newscast to like Puerto Rico.
We're going to hold you to that now.
It.
See, you got yourself in trouble now because we're going to make sure you plan it, make it happen.
I got this, guys.
Mike, thank you very much. Well, it was a violent Sunday night in Brooklyn. Multiple shootings, leaving one child dead and another injured, among other victims. News 12 reporter Phil Tate is in Bed-Stuy, where the one-year-old was shot. Phil, what can you tell us about this tragedy? Mayor Bill de Blasio beginning his daily briefing by talking about police reform and also talking about the Black Lives Matter mural that he assisted in painting in the Bronx. The mayor talking about some of the points of this police reform legislation, saying it creates accountability and transparency. This legislation includes the banning of police chokeholds and protecting the rights of citizens to record police activity.
Good morning, everybody, and thanks for starting your day with us and your work week with us here on News 12 The Bronx. I'm Aisha McKenzie. Hope you had a great weekend, because I did, because the weather was popping. Anthony, how about yours?
Aisha was out not inviting me places. I'm Anthony Carlo. We'll get to the very latest.
That's true.
We'll get to the very latest on the health of President Trump in a minute. But first, we do want to check on our hyper-local weather with meteorologist Mike Rizzo. Mike, it's looking a little cloudy outside. Definitely a little cooler this morning.
Yeah, Anthony, don't worry about not being invited to places, because not everything is going to be for, like, you.
Oh, okay. I thought you were going to say you don't get invited either, and you just went the other way. Listen, I concede.
If you get this question right, you have 5 seconds to pick up whatever you want. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
6 times 3 plus 30.
It took me a while to get the answer, but when I finally passed Ahmed Alwan's pop math quiz...
48.
5, 4, 3.
I love white cheddar popcorn. I got to feel what it's like to be in the latest viral craze on the app.
I want a lottery ticket.
TikTok that has the Bronx going bananas.
One of the best parts about Cafe Colonial is that the chefs love what they do. It's not uncommon to walk here to the back of the kitchen and find them laughing, joking around. The owners say all that does is add a special touch.
I want to see how physically fit the borough president is. He's not even taking a deep breath. Last time I did a pull-up, I hurt myself. But
this right here is pretty cool. It's called a distant assistant. Employees can look right here into the screen and see that they're in the green and therefore keeping a safe distance. If not, those circles turn yellow and then red.
If you do have to be out and you're driving around, make sure to keep those windshield wipers on, because on roads just like this, Shore Road, there are puddles forming and the conditions continue to be very, very slick.
this is something the organizers said they wanted to bring to the Bronx. They said they wanted to stop seeing people on the news having to go downtown to be able to protest.
At this point, it is still a very active scene. It's a very hot scene. Were you here to see some of the fire that happened earlier? The worker moved over to this part of the counter, flipping some rice before grabbing that bag and taking off. Mall security has pushed us off of the premises here pretty far away from where this attempted carjacking took place, but I'm going to ask my cameraman to zoom in here so you can see where police are stationed.
Want to say anything to the family? You want to apologize? He was an elderly man. 18 bucks?
I'm sorry.
They not only killed this kid, but they brutally killed him.
The Trinitarios, what they don't have in numbers, they will make up in sheer violence.
like a paramilitary organization with divisions.
That's right on the damn money, machete and all.
You gotta be a man, like a real man, if you want to be a real Trinitario.
No one deserves to be killed the way that Junior Guzman was killed.
When I saw it, the first thing that went in my head was like, wow, that's crazy. This is all caught on camera. Like, these guys are nuts.
That was just a bad, very bad representation of what Trinitarios is.
Why did you decide to kill this 15-year-old boy?
They recruit kids between 12 and 17. They offer them money, parties, sex.
They are a problem.
Once you do your first murder, you move up in the gang. This is what this gang does. They plan it out and they attack. They're like a pack of wolves.
When people like criticize and say, oh, Trinitarios this, we humans too.
Do I fear the neighborhood? Absolutely. Seeing what happened to Junior is just a case that something that could happen to anyone. It could have been my son, it could have been me.
That's a fear Anthony Ramos and many other Belmont residents live with every day. I'm Anthony Carlo, and I'm here in the Belmont section of the Bronx, a neighborhood known for its iconic Arthur Avenue, a tourist hotspot.
What brought you guys to the Bronx today?
Featuring an abundance of Italian restaurants and bakeries. Ramos lives only a 3-minute walk away from here over on Bathgate Avenue, but he says he might as well live in a different world.
This way is a lot of despair, a lot of people walking around in darkness. It's just this side over here is just dark.
June 20th, 2018 was a night darker than usual. Lisandro Jr. Guzman Feliz, a Belmont teen and friend of Ramos, was hunted down and killed by members of the Trinitarios, a violent street gang right outside of a Bathgate Avenue bodega. The death shattering a family.
They all killed my son.
Uniting a community.
I'm a mom of a 9-year-old, so it's too much.
And showing the world that the Bronx is home to some ruthless gang members. How vicious is it?
Oh, they'll kill their mothers for $5. They'll kill anyone. There is no limit, no distance they will not go. I'm Private Investigator Manuel Gomez. I'm with Black Ops Private Investigators. They call me a Sombra Blanco, which means the white shadow.
Private I. Gomez has used his experience in law enforcement and Army intelligence to track the Trinitarios in the Bronx, especially the Belmont section.
You have members right now standing there, behind you, of the gang. You're in the middle of it.
The middle of what authorities call sunset territory. The night of Junior's death started and finished right here on Boston Road in the Bronx, in front of the home of alleged gang leader Diego Suero, where prosecutors say the Los Sures and Bad Boys planned their attack on Sunset. But it was other parts of the tri-state where investigators tracked down and arrested many of the suspected Trinitarios linked to Junior's murder. Our own Eric Stelzer did some digging to find out how this all unfolded.
Don't leave it.
In this exclusive cell phone video, you can see the teenage boy surrounded by police as they tend to his stab wounds. The manager of Beyond Barber Academy quickly called 911 after the group of teens ran to his business seeking help.
I asked him to come in. I locked my door with the electronic lock. And I asked him what happened, and my friend just got stabbed in front of me.
He had a hole through his sweater.
Larry, a student of the Barber Academy, responded to the emergency before the first responders even got to the scene.
I could tell he lost a lot of blood because he looked at drink. Just told him to have his seat, got gloves, got towels. We did anything that we could do for him.
The victim sat down right here on these chairs, while one barber says he grabbed a bunch of towels and put them on his neck to try and stop the bleeding.
It was a whole bunch of blood. we had a towel. We provided a towel, and we pressed it on the wounds.
Cops partially locking down the Westchester Square East Tremont Avenue subway station where the stabbing happened at around 11 Thursday morning. Police searching for evidence.
We never saw them. We was just like going about our business, thinking we was gonna have a good day, and then they just came out of nowhere.
The teenage girl says roughly 10 men approached her friend group while they were waiting for the 6 train to go to her home.
All had black masks, white hoodies on.
At least one brandishing a weapon.
He took out a big knife and he started stabbing him.
She says her friend suffered 3 wounds to his neck and back.
Somebody's life in my eyes was about to be taken, and I didn't know how to handle it.
But she knew she could go to the Barber Academy for help.
This was our first place we came.
We did our best.
The victim's friend does not know why he was targeted. The stabbing victim now recovering at Jacobi Medical Center in stable condition. In Westchester Square, Anthony Carlo, News 12 The Bronx.